Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Jeeps here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, decomposing your favorite tracks, and this is my countdown from 30. We are now at number 23 as we go down, 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 down to my 1 year anniversary, which is November 18th, which I have very special something set up for that day. That being said, I have Coheed and Cambria, Shoulders, brand new release, or fairly new, August 9th. So this has been suggested to me. You guys want to suggest tracks to me for this recycled best of that I'm going through right now. On the front of my YouTube page, there's a little video kind of shows you how to do it really quick. It makes it really easier for me because I don't have this fail-safe way to figure out all these great suggestions that I'm getting, but trying to get it the way I want it to work for this last little countdown. So I want to thank you guys who've been really patient with that. I want to thank you guys who've been also dropping new bands for me to do. I am going to be doing them when I get back, but this 30-day countdown is about the bands I've already checked out and more of the music from them that you want me to check out. All right, guys, let's do it. You guys, early in the morning, you know how it is with me. You know that these videos don't monetize the channel. You want to buy me some coffee, the link's below. Headset, link is below. Patreon, link below. A lot of people have been drifting over to Patreon instead of just buying me coffee. That's been really cool. And then, of course, the link for this video will be down below. So let's do this. Early morning. Nice. Love this. Coheed and Cambria. Shoulders. All right. Okay, now I've heard, I've probably done about 3 or 4 of this band here on the channel. And I recall this is another band that has this vast kind of, I just got through doing Deftones. They have this vast, unique variation of sounds, and at least the ones that I've done. So there isn't a consistency in where I could say, well, I'm pegging this to be this particular style. This is really super riffy. One thing I want to say about the riff that's super cool is I like how it starts off. It's an octave. Excuse me. Da 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 da. That's not the right notes, but I'm just saying. Usually it starts off on the bottom. Chugs and riffs a lot of times start off on the bottom and work their way through. It's not a rule. It's not all the times, but in a lot of what I've been listening to, a lot of the chuggy riffy stuff does start with a boom at the bottom and then riff work on top. In this case, it starts off with the octave higher on that riff. Something like that. Something like that. And I really dig that. What a unique guitar sound. I couldn't for $1 million. I don't know enough about guitar to figure out how they would have gotten something like that. Maybe you guitar players can tell me. I don't care if it's processed through a plug-in or an amp, but it definitely sizzles and is crispy as it sounds great. Another thing that I noticed, it's been a while since I've actually watched a video and done, a reaction and stuff. But I noticed that just the whole energy and everything that I'm seeing here in this performance represents what I've talked about before, when you can watch the transition of artists and bands move forward as the years move forward, the changing of, obviously, the music, the compositions, the arrangements, the songwriting changes as you move forward. But it looks like they've really pushed more of the metal levers, kind of Frankensteined up, really kind of fired it up. But then again, I don't know anywhere enough about their discography to be able to dip into the fact that, oh yeah, this song sounds like blah, 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 blah. I love his voice. I love the hook. I thought for a second the hook was going to get a little poppy, and just by virtue of the background vocals and stuff and his capabilities, which are just absolutely flawless and epic, kind of kept it in that pocket. I mean, it did get really nice, and the background vocals were really full and stuff, and did have really nice voicings and stuff, but really kept it to me. I was like, is it going to go too poppy? And no, it kept it right into that, you know, metal vibe. At least for me. That's the way I'm seeing it. All right, let me go back a little bit. Let's keep going.
Maybe all things have been misconceptions. That's the life you chose. Everyone is laughing at you, out to get you. What changes the exception? Time don't bring your life outside the shadow. You keep laughing at your day. You got to say, hey, my wicked eye is to see that I'm the one. Let's the world on my shoulders. You're going out of your way just to keep me down. Maybe we weren't made for each other, and I'm just the one you can't keep around.
Okay, I'll get us back. We'll glide into this guitar solo that's coming. Great production and composition dynamics in the sense that, okay, so it looks like we're in, you know, songwriting 101 as far as putting out a song that has in it to a minute to win it. You guys know what that means, right? If you don't, that's just an old saying that I've learned from friends that were in the record business and stuff. If you get into that hook within a minute, makes it very easy for radio play, very friendly and stuff like that, and it kind of follows the songwriting kind of policy, if you would, to get in it to a minute to win it. So that structure's there, and now they went in that second verse, which was a repeat of the first verse compositionally, but what they decided to do, which I just loved, was what they do is they pull the trigger and say, okay, well, instead of coming back all in with everything that we had in the first verse as far as the guitar riff and everything just shoved in your face, they really tricked around a little bit with saying, okay, we're gonna let the bass carry this, and then we'll have little nuances from the guitar fill in, and then that's what it was doing. I love that. That adds a different kind of vibe to it, and it just, you know, it's just something that when you're in the studio and you're in the control room and you have this, like, let's go ahead and push it into another level. We don't have to do an extreme change in composition. Let's give them something else to lean into. And you know how I feel about bass. You know how I feel about bass. So you saw me get all lit and stuff like that when they did that. So I thought that was super cool. All right, let's go ahead. Looks like we got a solo here. Nice crunchy little riff at the end. Okay, that's the end of the video. All right. So, you know, another super cool takeaway for this is the engineering aspect of it. They opened it up with that really kind of caved in sound, and then they let it bloom out. I don't know how they do that. There's an old school part of me that says that they take the master track and then they just snip a little part of it, maybe process the front of it or something. That's so many new ways that I'm not familiar with in engineering because I don't go to this level of engineering ever. really, it's been at least 25 years since I've become a media composer. I don't have to be that trick with my mixing and stuff like that. But they did these little things in between it. Like there was, before the very first hook, there was a breakout where everything stopped except the voice got really kind of pinched out a little, you know, into a small, that megaphone style or sometimes AM radio. So, I don't know, there's so many new names for it. But they did this a few times throughout the track too. And that gives all these, that gives, it, you know, to me, that just gives just something new to bite onto. Not that this thing was like I was hungry to bite onto anything else, if you know what I'm talking about. There was just great riff. The guitar, you know, musicianship, we're gonna have to talk about that. They are who they are. Same thing with the vocal capabilities. But that sizzling guitar sound, though, I'm very interested in how they managed that, and that was super cool. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys so much. Coheed and Cambria, this was Shoulders. And if you want to suggest something for this 30 and countdown, we're at number 24 now. There's that video I was telling you about at the front of my YouTube page. Just listen to it for about a minute. It gives you some really quick kind of directions. And because I'm old and bobo and I only know to craft my own ways to try to do the best I can outside of the couple hundred suggestions I get per day, this seems to be working really well. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I want to thank you guys for being patient. For those of you who are waiting for new music, I promise when I get back from this break, that's all this channel is going to be about. I mean, I'll revisit some, but it'll be all about the new music and stuff. Thank you so much for your support. Like normal, the cup of coffee, headsets, even a link for the hat. I've had people ask about that. I put that down there too. Down there is a link for everything, I tell you. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Aloha.
All right.